So we are discussing with what difference of plants and plants around us, no? So neem plant 2 like that. So we have discussed. So this is what we are grouping into 2. So we have discussed that for each plant we are having similar characters, but for that plant also, if you select from the same plant also two plants from the same type also, we see some differences. Okay, up to here we have closed our lesson. Okay, learning of the lesson. Yes, Katyayani, good morning everyone. Good morning students. So here classification. So we are grouping, isn't it? We are grouping. So what is the need of classification? What is the need of classification? What is the need of classification? We are grouping, no? So we have grouped the plants into monocots and dicots. And if we say about us, we say as human beings. And for the dogs and cats, we say as animals. In the animals, many are there. In the animals, what are those? Monkeys are there. Next, fishes are there. Frogs are there, but they are different in some things. Okay, but we will consider similarities and also some differences, isn't it students? Same like that, what is the need of classification? Why we are grouping, why we are classifying into different? If we say all living organisms only, what happens? We can't know which living organism. So what is the need of classification? Means in your textbook it was given. What is that? It helps it helps the students or the ones who want to know about them in a clear and broad manner. So we can learn a group in a generalized way. In a generalized way, isn't it students? So we can study huge population in this one group, isn't it? Page number 56. Page number 56. See here, it gives, you keep a star mark for this. Page number 56. What is the need of classification? It gives better knowledge and better understanding of organisms that are studied. Up to now you feel that very easy lesson this was, but very complicated. If you read and read and read, practice and practice only, you will get into this mind. It gives better knowledge and better understandings of organisms that are studied. It will give better knowledge. How it gives better knowledge? If the plants are having only single seed cotyledon, so we can call them as monocots. So this one also comes in monocot only. So you will group, no? If you have known about monocots and dicots, by observing each plant you will differentiate. This belongs to monocot, this belongs to dicot, because you have better knowledge about the plants. So next one. It helps to study the organisms in a proper and systematic manner. So how proper and systematic manner? You are coming from each and every part of the plant. For all the two plants, we are differentiating. How? If we see leaves, they are small, means they are pointed at one end for monocots. And if you see venation, they are parallel venation. If you see root system, fibrous root system. If you see seeds, so systematically one by one we are comparing one by one characteristic for both monocots and dicots. I am saying for monocots and dicots, it is only one classification. Taking one example, I am discussing about the points. Like this monocots and dicots, many are there, many are there. Next, it helps to make comparison in an easier way. So why you call this plant as monocots, why you call this plant as dicot, means you are saying in an easier way. If any of your you observe the seeds, no, this one is only one cotyledon. If you observe this one, two cotyledons. You will be explaining in the easier way, isn't it? If you observe the leaves also, see here how much difference is there. It is parallel, it is reticulate. Like the easier way you will be differentiating and grouping. If your investigation teacher, if she will ask, what is that, why you have grouped this plant into monocot, means you will show, you will explain in the easiest manner. So this is the need of classification. Next one, it helps in understanding the relationship among the organisms and their interdependence. So relationship means what? If the classification plants are there, they are autotrophs. They will provide food for the animals which are heterotrophs. Okay. So relation between the one classification to the other classification and their interdependence means plants will depend on animals, animals will depend on plants, like this. Okay. Next one, classification makes our study more focused. Means what? If you want to group a plant towards monocot and dicot, you will be focusing on each and every. If a plant is having only one cotyledon and having what is that reticulate venation, you will be somewhat confused, you know. Either it belongs to monocots or it belongs to dicots, like that. So each and every point you are focusing and you are grouping them into different sections. So next, classification makes our study more focused and helps us to handle huge population of organisms. So huge population we are grouping into one and we are calling it monocots. Huge population we are grouping into another one and calling it as dicots. If you see monocots and dicots, in monocots various examples, various plants will come. From starting to paddy towards finger millets. So how many? We can't count with our fingers. Many are present. Means we are studying huge number of examples under one group. Isn't it? So it is the easiest way of making a classification. And another one, it gives us an idea of evolution. Means from which one to which one it was developed. Another one point, you know, for monocots and dicots. If you observe monocots and dicots, no, dicots means you can take mangoes also. Mangoes, yes. If you compare with monocots and dicots, the monocots, for example, if you take paddy or maize, they are short-term crops. Short-term means less than 120 days. Their lifetime is what? Less than 120 days. We can say within third month to fourth month they will harvest the crop. 9th class student, do you get my point? What are short-term crops? You have studied in 8th class. Food production from the plants. Production of food from plants. There you will get short-term plants, long-term plants, like that. So what is short-term crops? Their lifetime is less than 120 days. Less than 120 days. So in 120 days they will be in the third month, means between 100 to 120 days they will harvest the crop. Okay. So their lifetime is very small. Their lifetime is very small. But if you take for dicots, if I take a dicot mango, no? So mango they will be growing for many years. This one also one difference. This one is also different. So which one will be low level, which one will be high level? Monocots or dicots? 9th class students. Very complicated lesson. If you keep each and every point what I say, it becomes easier to study, but very complicated, you know. So which one is high level, which one is low level? Monocots or dicots? Please answer. Anyone, at least one answer is enough. Yes, blindly it was dicots only. So monocots, they occupy, if For example, I will say you. So these are known as what? Steps. These are steps. If I say blocks, steps are present, no? So we will these are the steps, means what? Stairs or steps like that. If I say, if two are, this one is filled up. First place is filled up, fourth place is filled up, fifth place is filled up. Okay, and just for our understanding, I am saying. Two division, two classification is present. Here one is monocots and another one is dicots. So this one is second place, this one is third place. Okay, this one is not filled. Okay, so here which place you will go give for monocots, which place you will go give for dicots? They have what the scientists have done, they have classified all the living organisms and given a place in the classification to which place you will give for monocots and dicots. This was an example. This was just for example. So this was filled up with some other, and this was also filled up. This was also filled up. So two places are present. Second place and third place is present. Okay. So for which place you will give monocots, for which place for dicots? Fourth place is filled up, students. The second and third was only present. So for which second you will give, for which third you will give? Third to dicots, second to monocots. Huh? Yes, very good. So actually we have discussed what is that monocots are somewhat low level, dicots are somewhat more highly evolved. Okay, and another one I say, one is there, two is there. For adding one to one only, two will come. Students, listen here. Okay, so first one is there, two is there. Where do we get two? Where do we get two? From one only. By adding one to one only, two have come. Means from one only, two have come. So we can say that from monocots only, dicots was evolved. From monocots only, dicots have been evolved. Before centuries back, no, there was no organism is present. Only some organisms are present. From that organisms, one by one, organisms have been evolved. Means what? Generated. Produced like that. So we can say as dicots are highly evolved, so we can say that from monocots being with some special characteristics. Okay, not only plant study, Ahmed Samad I am saying is that what I want to say is that not there have been plant study for all living organisms. It helps for studying. I am taking only monocots and dicots as examples. For example, before 5 years back, we are having only number phones. But now we are using what? Smartphones. Before 2 years back, there was no chance for video calls in the WhatsApp. But now we can do WhatsApp video calls. And also we can add, from last year onwards, they have connected group video calls also. Isn't it? So what that, first the thing is the WhatsApp was created with low features, and after that it has been highly evolved. Highly evolved. Same like that evolution has happened. Okay. Okay, understood. So here we see who has come in front, actually who has made this evolution, who has done this classification, let us see. Okay. Who was the scientist? So who is that? Charles Darwin. Who is that? Charles Darwin. In his book. What is that? In his book he has mentioned about the classification. So what the book is? Origin of Species. In the year 1859. Very important. Underline this point. You are having essay 1 exams. You may get this type of questions. How you have been written in the FA2, same like that only you will get question paper. Okay. The origin of species. Underline that point. Page number 56. So, Indian scientists, or we can say they are like rishis, saints, these are Charak and Shushrut. They have divided the plants based on medical importance, means they are belonging to medical science. Charak and Shushrut. Okay, they have written many books also. Okay, so they are the traditional medicine followers. They have divided the plants based on medical importance in the book. Vriksha Ayurveda. So classification started from that period only. In the 2nd century. We are now living in 21st century, you know. 21st century we are living in. So in the 2nd century, it's many years, thousands of years back, no? Thousands means nearly 18,000 years back. Okay. So in the Charak and Shushrut, they have classified in the based of Vriksha Ayurveda based on their medical importance. So, let us see the classification that was given in your textbook 57. 57. Okay. in the year 1775. In the 2nd century, our Indians, they have mentioned in the Vriksha Ayurveda. Okay, in the 2 groups based on the medical importance. Okay, Shushruta. Okay, in the year 1775, Linnaeus. Who is that? Linnaeus. He has divided the organisms, living organisms, into just 2 groups. Into 2 groups. So he has named the 2 groups into what? Vegetalia and Animalia. The classification started at 2nd century only. 1735. Okay. 1735. What was the Linnaeus have divided into Vegetalia and Animalia. What is that? Vegetalia and Animalia. So Vegetalia is nothing but plants, Animalia into animals. Okay, 1735. Next, if you observe, Haeckel, another one scientist Haeckel, he divided into 3 kingdoms. All members keep in front of you this one. So the board is not visible for you. Okay, so and in the year 1866, Haeckel, who is that? Haeckel. What he has done? He has thought that apart from plants and animals, another one is present. Another one is present. What is that? He named it as Protista. He made us 3 kingdoms. Who is that? Haeckel, he made 3 kingdoms. Let us write in the textbook manner only. So okay, first division is only 2. They have considered it as, yes, call one Linnaeus only. So Vegetalia and Animalia, and another one came, Haeckel. He thought that not only not only plants and animals are present. So based on what, plants means they are autotrophs, animals means they are heterotrophs. Animals can move, plants are stick at one place. Based on that, they have divided the living organisms to plants and animals. But here Haeckel, he thought that apart from plants and animals, some other characteristic living organisms are present. Those are nothing but mentioned. Okay, and another year, in the next year, 1925, Chatham or Catton, what he done? Hey, nothing was there. Only we will divide the whole living organism based on nucleus. Prokaryotes, eukaryotes. If the organisms are having distinct nucleus, eukaryotes. If it is not having nuclear membrane around the nucleus, prokaryotes. He divided like that. Okay. Next one, another one scientist came, Copeland. He divided into 4 kingdoms. 4 kingdoms. What is that? Monera, Protocista, Plantae, Animalia. And next scientist, in the page number you see, Whittaker. See at one page, all members from 6 to 10, sit in one row. Okay students, so here Whittaker 1969 he divided 5 kingdoms in as Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. So this one we consider. You won't get anything. The thing you will get is the scientist in which year, how many kingdoms or how many empires. Only this one you have to remember. First two. Medical importance means they are, if you take some plants, no, they are used as medicines. At that time they have used plants for medicine purposes. Okay, so here. So page number 58. Page number 58. Do you know? If you open the page number 58, do you know? There are various hypotheses. Hypothesis means what? Thinkings. It may be correct or not, like that. What is that? There are various hypotheses as to the origin of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Because all cells are similar in nature, it is generally thought that all cells came from a common ancestor cell termed as last universal common ancestor. Underline this point. Cells, prokaryotes and eukaryotes are same in nature except the nucleus. But if you see, until or unless you observe the cell under microscope only, you will find that nucleus is prokaryote or eukaryote. Okay. But from the observation, external observation, you see that all cells are similar in nature. So what they have thought that these all cells have been come from one ancestor, that is nothing but last universal common ancestor. What is that? Last universal common ancestor. Underline this point. Okay. Next one, if you see, what are these? And they have thought that this last universal common ancestor, they have given to three types of cells. They have given birth to 3 types of cells, it seems. What are those? Archaea, bacteria, eukaryote. What is that? Underline this also. 3 domains. What are the 3 domains there? Archaea, bacteria and eukaryote. And another one, archaea and bacteria are prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotes means you know, no? We have studied nucleus surrounded by a nuclear membrane means eukaryotes. If the nucleus is not correctly bounded by cell membrane, means it does not have any shape, then that is known as prokaryotes. Okay, the cell archaea and bacteria are prokaryote cells and they do not have a membrane bound nucleus. The nuclear material is present dispersed in cytoplasm. Nothing, the membrane is not present. Next, the cell walls of bacteria, unlike the archaea, contain a fat-like chemical peptidoglycan. So, eukaryote means eukaryotic cells or cells having a membrane-bound nucleus. Okay, next if you see, no? how they categorize the animals, let us see. First one is life. Each and every organism has a life. For that life, we have divided all the organisms into one. Life means what? Living organisms are present. These life they have came into domain. Okay. Kingdom. Okay, kingdom. Phylum. Okay. Class. Order. Family. Genus. Species. So life means all living organisms. All living organisms. All living organisms are nothing but each and everything. Starting from animals to microorganisms. This is causing microorganisms. The organisms which have life are present here. Based on their characteristics, they have been divided. So last one is genus and species. No? So we will call our Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. Homo means genus, sapiens means species. Animals are known as, human beings are known as Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. Okay, so in the genus species, if you observe, no, from living organisms to genus species, okay, or I will say that life. First category is life. Last category is species. In which category the organisms are more in number, students? In which category the organisms are more in number? In the life species we are comparing, no? In which category the organisms are more in number? More number. Okay, students, say here answer. In the life, more number of organisms are present. Life is nothing but the organisms that are present in this universe are grouped in this group. Okay, I will compare this classification into our school. Okay, we will take our school now. If I say Krishnaveni Talent School, means you will. Krishnaveni Talent School means we are not saying about branch. So how many people will come? More than like thousands of people will be accommodated at the first position. Krishnaveni Talent School, including teaching staff, non-teaching staff. If we have buses, transportation facilities, drivers, IMAs, peons, everything will be added here in the first place. At the time last I am saying Here higher school I am saying. Here I am saying about 10th class students, and from 10th, in the 10th I am saying about only boys or somewhat girls. Here I am dividing, and in the girls I am saying that belonging to which who are listening to the biology class, like that. If I come like that, if I differentiate like that, at last what happens? The number of students or the number of people are decreasing, isn't it? Shall I repeat once again? If I say 10th class students or 9th class students, they are 9th class, so I will take 9th class students as example. If I say 9th class students, KTS means, so many students, including all branches, they will come here. If I say from 9th class students, if I say only about what, who are listening only live classes, who are listening only live classes, I will group here. So what happens from here to here? The number of students will decrease, no? So in the third step I am saying that the people who are attending the school like that, and the people means boys and girls, and from that in between age like that. So what happening here? From comparison, from 1 by 1, from first means what? Similar characteristics. Based on the similar characteristics we are grouping here. We are grouping here, isn't it, students? We are grouping here. What happens from the one step by step? In the second level, the number of from up to down decreases in number. Decreases in number. What happens, students? Decreases in number. So tomorrow we will continue. So up to tomorrow, what was the class was finished, from that only you will get question and answers in the S7 exam. Don't worry about that, don't bother about that. Okay, students? So our session is completed. We'll meet you in the tomorrow's class. Any doubts, students? Any doubts in these topics? Any doubts? This lesson is very complicated. It needs much time for you to understand. Okay, friends, see you in the tomorrow's class.